This is ABC 7 News at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Beth Jones.
And I'm Peter Dubois. First tonight, the Department of Health and Human Services, in partnership with the Maine Child Welfare Action Network, has announced a proposed $1 million plan of action that would strengthen measures to prevent child abuse and neglect.
Our AJ Douglas spoke to DHHS Commissioner Jean Lambrou to learn more.
The Maine Child Safety and Well-Being Plan is a first-of-its-kind measure developed on the basis of community input. The proposed plan would improve mandated reporting training, launch an education campaign for parents, and strengthen support towards local efforts. The Department of Health and Human Services Commissioner Jean Lambrou says the proposal is in a 1.0 version stage.
This is not done. This is a framework. This is just the beginning. It is really a skeleton where we try to identify the major areas that we think from research, again, from Maine families, we think is the right approach.
Following public scrutiny after the 2021 child deaths, stakeholders say this is a collaborative effort which requires individuals working on different levels to ensure the safety of children.
We can't just focus on the state agency or the State Department in terms of ensuring that kids are safe and families have the resources they need to be stable. This is really going to call on everyone in their various roles in communities, educators, parents, faith providers. Everybody in the community has a role to play.
The plan will also encourage parents to reach out for resources ranging from housing assistance, substance abuse disorder, and other early intervention services.
Parenting is a tough job, and it's a strength to ask for help. How do we make sure parents are aware of the resources that are available to them, that we have really provided an opportunity to educate about those resources?
Lambrou says the specifics on how the $1 million will be dispersed and how municipalities will obtain access to these funds is still being solidified as the plan is still in the preliminary stages. The proposed bill will be considered as part of the governor's proposed change package to the supplemental budget. In Augusta, AJ Douglas for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
News, a morning fire at Truergy's Family Orchards in Levant delayed the company's planned opening today. The Levant Fire Department was called to the Union Street business shortly before 9 a.m. for a fire in the company's donut machine. Employees were on hand preparing to open the business for the season today when residue in the donut machine caught fire.
We had to use a fire extinguisher to put the fire out, and we got to clean that up, and so it's not safe to serve food until we've done that cleaning. So we're going to have to delay. I'm not sure when, but we'll be posting on our socials as soon as we find out, and we're going to open as soon as we can.
No one was hurt in the fire. A cleaning service has been called in to help the company get rid of the fire remnants and smoke smell, and again, it's unclear when they will reopen.
Schools in Orono were closed today after the school department received a non-specific threat. RSU 26 Superintendent Meredith Higgins says they received a general threat of violence to one of their schools Monday night. The decision was made to close all RSU 26 schools for the day this morning, given the limited information available in a time-sensitive situation. Orono police are working with the school department to assess the threat fully and will provide additional information when possible. They say there is no immediate risk to the community and currently have low confidence in the threat's validity.
A crash in Ellsworth sent one man to the hospital this morning. According to Ellsworth police, around 7:30 a.m. a motorcyclist was traveling northbound on Route 1A when a driver in a 2009 Honda Accord pulled out from North Street into the intersection and collided with the bike. The motorcyclist was taken to Maine Coast Hospital and treated for non-life-threatening injuries. The driver of the vehicle was treated at the scene. That crash is currently under investigation by the Ellsworth Police Department.
Well, volunteers with the American Cancer Society Action Network gathered at the State House urging legislators to support LD 1577, an act to require health coverage for biomarker testing. The bill's language defines biomarker testing as the analysis of a patient's tissue, blood, or other biological specimen for the presence of any indicators of cancer. According to the American Cancer Action Network, 60% of oncology treatments launched in the past past 5 years required or recommended biomarker testing. The Personalized Medicine Coalition reports there's been a 40% increase in biomarker testing since 2000. However, 66% of oncology providers reported that insurance coverage was a significant or at least moderate barrier to this form of testing. The proposed bill would require insurance providers to completely cover biomarker testing. Cancer survivors and their allies spoke about how this testing can lead to improved lives for cancer patients.
And in my case, my biomarker testing told her I didn't need to do chemotherapy. So I was like, that's good. That's good.
The proposed bill will be worked on in the Health Coverage, Insurance, and Financial Services Committee their next workshop session.
Volunteers got their hands dirty as part of a cleanup effort this morning. Our David Ledford digs up the story.
They help us with all of the cleaning, the weeding, the yard maintenance that needs to happen after a long winter in Maine.
With summer just around the corner, volunteers from Down East Horizons participated in the annual Camp Capella Spring Cleanup. Both Camp Capella and Down East Horizons help to support those with developmental disabilities. But camp representatives say the day is a chance for the volunteers to give back.
We're a nonprofit, and it's very hard to have staffing and be able to pay for it. These volunteer days are extremely important to make sure that camp is ready to open in the summertime.
Volunteers raked the grounds, put in docks, and planted new greenery. Camp representatives say that many of the volunteers are campers themselves and that the day is essential for opening camp on time to provide campers from all over the state with activities, programs, and social interactions they may not be able to find elsewhere.
Without them, it would be a very, very few of us that would be doing all this work, and with 80 people, we get it done in one day. So that is such a treasure.
Organizers say Down East Horizons has helped to open the camp for the summer season for more than 10 years. Camp Capella will welcome 2023 campers in June. In Dedham, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Oh, just the perfect day to get out there and do some volunteer work.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I was walking around the park in my neighborhood, and there were groundskeepers out. So everybody had beautiful weather to do whatever it was that they had to do today. So that's certainly a blessing for sure.
Yeah, and it seems like it's a trend that is continuing. Hopefully, we have more sunshine on the way.
Indeed, we can hold. I'm okay without serious heat hitting us right away, but you can bring on the sunshine. So let's get a first check of our forecast.
Thank you so much, Beth and Peter. Today's weather is brought to you by Webb's RV. Come check out the spring and summer specials we have on RVs and campers. Don't forget, we have the sharpest pencil in town. All right, folks, what a chilly start to the day. Temperatures close to the freezing mark. Can you believe it or not? It is May, and temperatures were even below freezing. Millinocket, Greenville, look at Clayton Lake in the 20s out there. There were some spots with some mid-20s outside, so it was chilly to start our morning. But look what happened. We really rebounded. Temperatures in those 50s and 60s for the most part. We actually hit 60 degrees here in town, not quite by the coast. Rockland into Bar Harbor, we were looking at those upper 50s. We did have a good amount of sunshine. Not much going on precipitation-wise in our state. It is a bit windy, though. We do have a 15-mile-an-hour wind here in town. The coast, not too bad, around 10 miles an hour there. Wind gust closer to 20. Tonight, though, we're going to continue to see winds dying down, temperatures cooling back off into those mid-30s. Beth and Peter?
All right. Things looking pretty calm then.
Indeed. So coming up on ABC 7 News at 6, with weather like we've seen today, it's easy to understand why the Coast Guard is expecting a busy boating season on the horizon.
Our Devin Dagnall met with the Coast Guard's Recreational Boating Safety Coordinator to hear what they say you can do to keep safe out on the water. Those stories and much more as ABC 7 News at 6 comes right back.
Maine is a one-of-a-kind beautiful state, and there's no better way to see it than from the air. Fletcher Mountain Aviation offers an aerial experience like no other, featuring seaplane flights where you will see the best views in Maine from the air and land on Maine's most beautiful lakes. An experience you will never forget, with views from the northern Maine woods, Moosehead Lake, and Katahdin regions. Come fly and see our beautiful state from the sky with Fletcher Mountain Aviation. Visit our website here or scan the QR code to book your flight today.
Built upon a solid foundation of cast iron and steel, The Kubota LO1 series is rated #1 in durability and owner experience. Powerful Kubota diesel engine, ease of operation, and your choice of a dependable Kubota gear or HST transmission. The durable Kubota LO1 series tractor. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo.
Available at Doors Equipment, 1468 Outer Hammond Street, Bangor.
Low E, also known as low energy, is wreaking havoc on millions.
I can't even pull out the hose.
Thankfully, there's Planet Fitness. Now through May 10th, join Planet Fitness for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime. It's how you turn your low E into big fitness energy. Our clean and spacious, judgment-free zone has equipment for every workout to keep you energized all day. Simply join through the free PF app for $1 down, $10 a month. No commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, May 10th.
My insurance kept going up and up and up and up.
I was getting a lot of mail about Medicare, getting pretty confused about it.
I could never have navigated through the loopholes.
Somebody said something about Senior Planning Center.
I heard of Senior Planning Center, so we called them.
Senior Planning Center was a lifesaver for us.
I couldn't begin to do it all on my own, but Senior Planning Center did it all.
Gave me all my options and signed me up with what I needed within an hour.
Senior Planning Center helped us so much.
Biggest help I could ever have asked for.
I feel like I've seen these people before.
I think you have.
For the first time ever, Wheel brings back fan favorites. We brought some of your favorite contestants back for another turn at the wheel, and they're your favorites for a reason. Rats! You are still a Weisenheimer, aren't you?
Woo! Everybody just loved me. I was famous.
Brought them back to win some more.
I've got a good feeling about this.
Oh, my God!
It's good to have you back. This week on Wheel.
Weekdays at 7 on ABC 7.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back. The U.S. Coast Guard hosted a conference this morning in preparation for what they anticipate to be a very busy boating season. Our Devin Dagnall has the story.
The U.S. Coast Guard Northern New England sector hosted its annual Spring Search and Rescue and Recreational Boating Safety Conference.
Partnerships and teamwork are critical, like I said, to really all of our missions. So today it was just about ensuring that teamwork, that coordination, that unity of effort amongst our partners, and just letting everybody know, we've got each other's back.
The U.S. Coast Guard Northern New England Sector's Recreational Boating Safety Coordinator, Ryan Crockney, says the meeting is the perfect opportunity for local and state agencies, harbor masters, and maritime partners to compare notes from last year's season and prepare for the one ahead.
Everybody's on the same sheet of music and understanding of what needs to happen to either A, rescue somebody that's, having a really bad day out there in a distressed situation, or just trying to keep people safe and enjoying our wonderful waters here in Maine.
According to Crockney, many of the accidents and situations handled by the Coast Guard could easily be avoided if boaters took proper precautions and educated themselves.
There's many different types of boating education courses out there that you can take advantage of. If nothing else, just understanding basic, rules of the road and understanding that, there are rules out on the water.
Crockney says some of the key safety measures boaters should follow on the water include never operating a boat under the influence, being aware of the weather, creating a float plan, and having at least one life jacket per person on board.
We've got some of the best recreational boating waters in the country here in Maine. We're very fortunate. We want people to get out there and enjoy it, but we want them to do so safely.
Educational materials and resources can be found on uscgboating.org. In Southwest Harbor, Devin Dagnall, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Some very important reminders there.
Yeah, especially as that season is really just starting to ramp up. It's a timely time to get that message out there.
It is a timely message.
It is a timely message.
Alrighty, well, still to come on ABC 7 News at 6. Our Jody Hersey will tell you one mom's Mother's Day wish. It's for her son.
And in sports, after their first America East Series loss last weekend, how Maine baseball is taking some punches now to hopefully help them come tournament time. We'll have that story right after the break.
Oh, that feels so good. What a sweetheart. I'm so lucky.
These socks are so soft. And her feet don't smell? These would be perfect for hunting season.
Moisture wicking, odor resistant, hypoallergenic, softer than cashmere, and warmer than wool. Get your alpaca socks and more at the Blue Alpaca. Feel the difference.
Hey babe, can I borrow these socks?
The first ever Mazda CX-50, purpose-built for the outdoors. With our most advanced driving technology for responsive, consistent performance on road and off that entices you to go further, more often.
Find your new Mazda today at Varney Mazda, 260 Hogan Road in Bangor, and discover what Varney value is all about.
Bangor Floral is your perfect destination this Mother's Day. Since 1925, Bangor Floral has been a premier provider of beautiful floral arrangements and thoughtful Mother's Day gifts for almost 100 years. Featuring new colorful blooms, blossoming plants, and gift baskets that have warmed hearts for generations. We also strongly support the Buy Local movement by purchasing directly from local farms and suppliers. Bangor Floral, 332 Harlow Street. Experience a flower shop like no other this Mother's Day.
From a humble horse and buggy beginning over 100 years ago to a fleet of modern deluxe motor coaches today, Sear North Star Tours wants to take you places. In Maine, throughout the United States, and abroad, we offer tours and day trips to suit everyone's interests and passions. Cherry blossoms in the spring, Prince Edward Island in the summer, trips to the city, trips to the shore, culture, history, music, and more. Sear North Star Tours. Where can we take you?
This week, Jeopardy will be generating plenty of this.
What is buzz?
With big bets.
How much are you going to wager? All of it.
Plus, responses that are real tongue twisters.
Who is Solzhenitsyn? No. Who is Solzhenitsyn? No. Who is Solzhenitsyn? No.
And a contestant with a unique idea of cute and cuddly.
Let's talk about pet rats.
This week on Jeopardy.
This week at 7:30, only on ABC7. Tonight's Sports is brought to you by Ansley Moore, a realtor since 2013, working throughout the state of Maine with both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Let's start on the diamond. Maine baseball is nearing the end of their regular season. Just 2 America East series left on the calendar before playoffs. This past weekend, the Black Bears dropping their first America East series of the year, losing 2 of 3 to UMBC. Friday and Saturday were both hard-fought 9-8 losses to the Retrievers, and then Sunday's 9-0 win actually gave them an advantage in the season series. They swept them earlier in the season. And talking to the team on Tuesday, head coach Nick Durba says that taking those losses doesn't really sound any alarms, and now they're looking at it as a chance to take their kicks in before it matters most.
I think actually it gives some resiliency to us. Coming back from some losses, some disappointments, that was really important for us to learn this over this weekend. So, while you never want to lose those series, this is kind of like how we start to learn, continue to learn and progress as a team, and maybe we'll hit our stride, our second streak, coming up here this weekend.
Now, the bright spot of the weekend was on the mound on Sunday as freshman Gianni Gambardella was dealing in 7 shutout innings. He would get the win and earn himself an America East Rookie of the Week nod. Gambardella missed a few weeks of the season early on with an elbow injury in his throwing arm, but was able to battle back and become one of the rotation's more consistent pieces.
The main thing I was just thinking about was just keeping it in the zone, throwing strikes, and making them swing at the ball, be competitive in the zone. I mean, before every game, we all have pitcher meetings, and that's what Coach Heath always talks to us, just be in the zone, be competitive with your pitches, and the guys behind us, hopefully they make the plays, and they've been doing really good behind me.
G's went out and threw strikes. I mean, he's got good stuff, commands the ball well, and half the battle is really being able to pound the zone with some real command and not just, splitting plate or missing the strike zone.
Staying with some baseball now, Husson baseball with a chance to clinch the NAC title on their home turf but they have to beat SUNY Cobleskill twice to do it. So game 1, here we go. Fighting Tigers looking to close this one out in one game. Husson trying to win 2. First inning is where we start. Eagles up with runners on the corners. Dave York grounds this ball to the pitcher. He spins and fires to second, but that gets away. That's going to bring in Ethan Stoddard. Eagles up 4-0. Next batter, Colin Marshall lines this one into right field. Hunter Curtis scores. York is going to hustle all the way around from first on the misplay in right. Marshall is at third, 6-0. Next batter, Keegan Sear. He lifts one deep into right field. That is plenty deep enough to bring home Marshall. The Eagles would post a 7 spot in the top of the first. The pitching and defense says, thank you very much. That's plenty of insurance runs for them as the Eagles take game 1 by a score of 16-6. So here we go. Eagles and Fighting Tigers in a winner-take-all game 2. Picking this up in the first inning, Tigers with men on the corners, 1 out. Look at this heads-up play from catcher Ty Knowlton. Perfect throw to third. Tanner Evans slaps the tag down to cut the threat. Later on, Connor Abud on the hill. Tigers have him loaded. That doesn't faze him one bit. Sits the batter down on strikes, and he is fired up about it. Eagles down 1 now. Knowlton at the dish. He crushes this ball. Dead center. Center fielder running, tracking, and that is over everything. This game is tied up, and the Eagles are pumped about it. Bottom of the 8th we go. Same score, bases loaded. Akira Warren is going to single up the middle. That's going to bring home Tanner Evans and Jackson Curtis. And then the Eagles were able to slam the door in the top of the 9th. They would win their 4th straight NAC title. Final score is 4-1. All right, let's switch gears slightly, and we'll head over to softball. The Eagles on the road looking to clinch their 5th straight NAC title. They're up against Cazenovia. Let's pick it up in the bottom of the 7th. No score still. 1 out. Tegan Blackie is going to lift this one into right field. The Eagles are in business with a base runner on. Next hitter is Katie Raymond, and she's going to get a hold of this pitch, and that is going to get roped past the second baseman. So now Husson will have runners on first and second with 1 out. So they go to the small ball, and that's going to get the job done. Olivia McCarty with a beautiful sacrifice bunt. So now we have second and third with 2 down. That brings up Bula McCabe, and she is going to take care of business. Lines this one into center field. Blackie trots home, hops on home plate, and the Eagles are NAC champs for the 5th season in a row. 1-0 is the final in that one. A big congrats to both Husson squads. That is all the time we have for sports right now. Right now, here's Conrad Sapinski with your full 5-day forecast. Conrad?
Thank you so much, Tyler. Our main weather today is brought to you by the Blue Alpaca Ranch and Store. Visit our ranch and meet the alpacas or shop in our store in downtown Belfast. Some spring weather has arrived, 80s, even some 90s down south. And then we're looking at some 60s and 70s closer to Chicago, New York City, D.C., even a couple of 60s here in town earlier today. Some 50s by the coast. Rockland into Bar Harbor, we did see some upper 50s up north. Greenville, Millinocket area, some 50s, still near what we should be for this time of year. Today, our average high should be around 64 degrees here in town. Look at the next several days. 70, 76, 74. So it really is going to feel like beach weather outside. Enjoy it, folks, while it lasts. Even by the weekend, we're looking at temperatures around 70 degrees Saturday into Sunday. For the most part, we were clear today. We did see lots of sunshine, just a few passing clouds. Overall, though, we're pretty clear everywhere. Besides the Midwest, upper Midwest, getting in on a couple of rain showers, even some thunderstorms by Nebraska area. Kansas is getting in on some thunderstorms right now. Into Minnesota, we're looking at some scattered rain showers into North Dakota as well. Not a big issue there, but still, that has been lingering there the last several days. But hey, you know it's spring when we bring out the Muggy Meter. Yes, the Muggy Meter is back. By Friday, we're looking at dew points starting to rise, getting in close to the sticky type of meter. So it means it's going to feel a little bit more sticky out there with some rain showers and even some thunderstorms in the region. Not quite as sticky as it will usually feel over the summer months, but still, we're definitely getting there. It is May. But on the other hand, though, we're still talking about cold temperatures. Look at this. This blue does indicate frost advisories out by Rockland, just outside of town of Augusta into the Portland area. So if you do have any plants or anything outside, please cover them up. It will be cold tonight everywhere. We're looking at temperatures around 34 degrees here in town. No frost advisories, but it's still going to get cold, mostly clear. And that wind, look at that, northwest gusting close to 20 miles an hour. So by tomorrow morning, it is really going to feel chilly out there. It's going to feel like we're back in the 20s. So put on a sweater. But then look what happens. 70 degrees during the day, mostly sunny skies. Any light breeze out of the northwest. Our extended forecast outlook does show lots of sunshine lingering into Thursday. More chances of rain and even some thunderstorms by Friday. But hey, by the weekend, we are finally clear. Temperatures near average in the 60s and hovering close to 70 degrees by Saturday. Beth and Peter?
Those Thursday numbers make me glad I put in my air conditioner this weekend.
Oh, seriously.
Haven't used it.
Yeah.
But I put it in there just in case.
That's a really good idea. I think now's the time to do it because when it is 75 plus degrees, you don't want to be hauling that thing into the window and sweating and all that.
You want it in place.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alrighty, well, there is much more to come. Stay with us.
Update your outdoor living space and make the most of your outdoor life with a new deck from Hammond Lumber Company. From wood to low-maintenance composite and PVC decking, Hammond has the materials, knowledge, and experience to help you get everything you need for that perfect new deck. Railing options include wood, composite, aluminum, and the modern look of cable railing. Your Hammond sales rep can answer any questions and will walk you through your options. Get the deck you want, the one you deserve, when you bring your vision to Hammond Lumber Company.
I'm Phil Levesque, president of Levesque Business Solutions. We're a family-owned Maine business since 1963. We're your one-stop shop for great office products at affordable rates. From copiers to office furniture to PPE, we've got it all warehoused right here in Bangor. We're your local small Maine business with a dedicated staff providing honest and friendly customer service, top-of-the-line tech support, and the option of in-house leasing. Let us help you get back to business.
Don't miss Eastern Area Agency on Aging's free Healthy Aging Expo, formerly Senior Expo, presented by Aging Maine. Join us Thursday, May 18th from 10 to 2 at the Anna Shriners, 1404 Broadway in Bangor. More than 70 vendors, screenings, giveaways, and lots of parking. It's been a couple of years, but we're thrilled to be back. We look forward to seeing you and your friends. Healthy Aging Expo, Thursday, May 18th, 10 to 2. Visit eaaa.org to learn more.
Let Hellman's Bakery put a smile on your face with their tasty offerings of breads, baked beans, lasagna, tuche and turkey pies, fruit and cream pies, wedding and specialty cakes, pastries, and more. Hillman's, your hometown bakery, Fairfield.
Tonight, tracking gun violence in the U.S., the staggering numbers, plus the wave of asylum seekers at the southern border with Title 42 set to end. More Americans turn to the most watched program on television, World News Tonight with David Muir.
The biggest Jeopardy event ever is in prime time. Tonight, 6 all-time greats.
What is grit?
Who's Caro?
What is Mean Girls?
One incredible tournament.
Oh, I think you should get this checked out. Bring it.
Who will be crowned the first ever Jeopardy Masters champion? If we have any more games like that, I don't know if my heart is going to hold out.
Jeopardy Masters primetime event continues tonight, 8/7 Central on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Welcome back. The town of Holden has received another shipment of Chief Chris Greeley commemorative wristbands. The bracelets can be purchased at the Maine Military Supply Store on Route 1A in Holden. Chief Greeley died unexpectedly on March 9th. He was known for his community involvement, most notably his 25 Days of Kindness campaign, which he started as a way to give back to the community and help those that need a little extra help. And since Greeley's death, the Holden Police Department has stepped up to keep the 25 Days of Kindness initiative alive. The bands can be purchased for $5, with all proceeds going to support the fund in honor of Chief Greeley.
Well, finally tonight, a 4-year-old Brewer boy has been handed a set of circumstances that few could imagine. Oliver Gray is nonverbal, autistic, and is bald from alopecia. His mother's biggest wish this Mother's Day is that he would be accepted for who he is. Our Jody Hersey has more.
him being nonverbal hasn't ever, stopped him being happy.
4-year-old Oliver is on the move. He loves the playground, especially the swings and the slide. But unlike others his age, Oliver has nonverbal autism. He also can't grow hair, eyelashes, and eyebrows due to alopecia universalis.
He doesn't know that he looks different to other people, and he's normalized himself amongst other people just as, people should normalize him.
Oliver's grandmother posted a heartfelt message on the Brewer Talk social media page, sharing his condition is not contagious, and for those who see him out and about to not be afraid to ask questions.
Not make the assumption of it's cancer. Most of the time, that's what a lot of people think. And even if you do, it's an educational moment. But instead of staring or anything, just ask if you're curious, and if not, just keep walking by.
Oliver's mother, Sydney, says Oliver has learned some basic sign language, but more often than not, he communicates with sounds.
He makes just a lot of humming noises and, screeches when he's unhappy or when he's excited. They're different screeches.
For Mother's Day, Sydney would like nothing more than for her boy to be loved and accepted for the person he truly is.
People kind of give him strange looks, so kind of just raising awareness and normalizing how he looks to everybody else.
In Brewer, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
We certainly hope she gets her Mother's Day wish, and I think that message of just accepting folks for exactly who they are is a universal message.
Absolutely, and not to judge a book by its cover, and
ask questions.
Exactly.
Yeah,
love to see that such a strong bond between those two there.
Absolutely. All right, folks, that's going to do it for us. Take care and have a great rest of your night.
Good night, everyone.